Chat, here we go. We have swiftt versus Kv1. We've had swiftt on a couple different times, and now we finally get him against a South American. Both times that he's played, he's wanted to play on, of course, South American servers, understandably, because he has to play on 150 ping otherwise. Now, he's playing against the guy who pioneered the 150 ping US East wins, which is Kv1. He broke his way onto the 1v1 scene via surprising US East players with what he could do. But now we're going to see what these two guys can do against each other on nice and low ping. 24 for swiftt, 16 for Kv1. These guys have played recently. In fact, I'm not sure how many show matches Kv1 has been playing recently, so his most recent match might have been against swiftt, but you might be wondering, why are we just running it again? Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me who ran it. It was Jorby. Jorby ran on his stream a best of 7 between Kv1 and swiftt. That one went to Kv1 to the tune of 4-2, so a decently close matchup, but the veteran of the one scene was able to hold on. Now swiftt, our next-gen South American player, who is trying to show he's got what it takes to hang with the big dogs, gets his second chance here in a best of 5. So a little bit of a shorter series to try and see if he can get the win. Kv1's going to put himself on the board as he doesn't do much of an air dribble. I was going to call it an air dribble, but he actually only gets a couple touches. Then he just floats behind the ball and protects it on the way in. Kv1 gonna have to undercut swiftt as he tries to get around this one. swiftt probably needed to recognize that that possession was over, that Kv1 had successfully undercut him and brought him out of the play. For whatever reason, swiftt tried to greet it out. Kv1, oh my goodness. Kv1 taking the lead in absolute style all the way from the back wall. Gets a couple different touches at the midfield, one of those being a reset. And you'll use the reset to slam it top right. My goodness. End submissions. Leopold plays games. It's like, quick. I bet on Kv1. I don't want anybody else getting to put points on him. Absolutely unbelievable shot. swiftt flicks it over the top of the early challenge. Both these guys used to having to play ultra aggressive 1v1 styles because you don't get as highly rated as they both are. I think they're both in the top 10, maybe 20-ish. And you don't get there without playing on USC servers, which means you don't get there without playing on 150 ping. And you have to play very aggressive on 150 ping. Kv1 not quite able to steal the back corner boost. swiftt uses all that boost immediately to rush to the ball. He's 1 of the 50. He got bumped, though. Had an opportunity to try and finish it off. I thought he was going to flow all the way around the field in style. But Kv1 takes control and attacks the near post. Makes it easy on swiftt to get that save off the back wall. Kv1. This resets. Turns into maybe a bit more of a fake because he lets the ball drop down. swiftt is actually going to fake Kv1 back the other way. Kv1 just jumping to cover a strong touch, but swiftt was just jumping behind the ball. Swift's going to be able to grab 100 and get his save. Which will back Kv1 off to the midfield. swiftt to the skies. Kv1 pre-jumping. The first touch from swiftt probably wasn't the best anyways. It was off target. Going to try and hold on to possession now. Kv1 follows him into the back corner. We're in ring around the rosy mode. Sometimes 1v1 can get this way where it just follows the back wall in circles. It hasn't even really fully stopped. We've been going clockwise for a while now. As Kv1 presses it into the corner and it will continue its motion. There we go. Finally, the ball cut back the other way. swiftt has the save. Kv1 tries to cut it behind swiftt to the near post. 12 boost to work with. swiftt just double jumps behind the ball. Saves his 12 boost to start his dribble and can't quite get anything going before the Kv1 challenge. Kv1 trying to fake and it works. swiftt goes flying past the ball. A couple pads to work with after rushing back, and he changed the cadence of his approach to net. You could see him hitting the brakes and then re-accelerating. Didn't know when the right time to challenge would be. Kv1 toys with him. Oh, they almost forced Kv1 to get an own goal. swiftt takes the 100 boost, and he is so quick. I mean, you hate it when the guys named Swiftt or named Fast are also very quick, because then you have to try your best not to hit the puns left and right. But swiftt plays very swiftly. He's so good at punishing once he earns his advantage. He knows how to corral the ball and get it right back on target so that he can convert. This time he baits Kv1 into slamming the ball into his low 50. Wave dash kickoff for Kv1. His aerial game has been on points. It's so interesting to watch the progression of these 1v1 players that broke into the 1v1 scene without the aerial game. I would say Jack is even one of those guys, as Kv1 just side flips. But now we just watched him play against Cosmic. Tons of aerial focus. Kv1 using the air a lot more than he did when he first played his 1v1, which thrived on speed, challenges, and a great ground game. swiftt to the skies with the game on the line. Kv1 pre-jumps, so he pulls off the ball, gets a reset in the process of challenging or absorbing Kv1's challenge. And then he can use that to wave dash back to the ball and get his finishing touch. Kv1 to the side wall. swiftt just pinches it back to him, so now it'll be an air dribble to finish the game. Kv1 can't let it hit the ground. swiftt slams it down, and it will hit after a couple bounces. Game number 1 going to the youngster in the 1v1 South American scene, as swiftt takes the lead. Game number 2. swiftt and Kv1. swiftt winning the first kickoff. Trying to mind game Kv1, but it doesn't work out. Kv1 retakes control, pops the ball over the top of swiftt, and will strike to start this game. swiftt not able to convert on the immediate kickoff response. Plays a bit of keep away as he recognizes that Kv1 is going to be aggressive attacking the ball. So swiftt capitalizes on his boosted advantage again, because once he has Kv1 missing off the wall, he is so controlled with the ball. He's guaranteed going to be able to finish that. Kv1 in the air. Resets. Launches at swiftt. Not able to follow up a 50 to dunk it in. Nice Windows reminder for you all. Kv1 looking for another 50 on the goal line via an air dribble, and it's going to work out. Let me see if I can get this reminder off the screen. Kv1, a master of kickoffs. I wonder if we pulled the 1v1 scene again. It's been a while since I did the poll, and since Moxie, Toxic, and Kv1 got recognized as by their peers as the best players on kickoff. Kickoff game has advanced a lot since then. It's become so much more of having a variety of kickoffs in Arsenal than it is just having a really strong, solid standard kickoff. Kv1, as we talk about his kickoff, will convert on one. Swiftt, wall to air dribble. He's doing a great job of these 50s. He actually didn't get the best touch after getting the resets. That allows Kv1 to get the save. He's going to go for an early flick, but he can't starve Swiftt out. It's usually the only thing you're trying to bank on. And look at Swiftt once again playing Swiftt. He is not going to let you clear this one. And hopefully Kv1 has learned his lesson. Swiftt is too fast for you to just be launching a regular old flick at him. He will save it with speed and punish you before you know it. Oh my goodness, Swiftt is really leaning into the speed aspect of it all right now, really hard. Luckily for him, Kv1 flubbed a little bit on the control because he should have flown way past the play. Kv1 slow dribble. Makes it tough for Swiftt to challenge. Swiftt is going off the ceiling. By not playing it hard into him. Taps it around Swiftt. Here's background audio in a few months. Yeah, at some point. Swiftt going for an ultra aggressive backboard demo as he wall dashes to try and connect. Certainly a play that he recognized was an all-in play. Swiftt has been relying a lot on these 50s off of air dribbles. This time it doesn't convert directly for a goal, but he does get a demo. Might be able to get an extended possession. Allowed Kv1 to get that back corner boost now. Kv1 attacking right back through the air, and while Swiftt might be having success with those 50s on Kv1's goal line, Kv1 has had great success with these fakes as he pulls off the ball and gets Swiftt flying past the play. Swiftt scoop resets. Kv1. Oh, he caught him. He got him from distance. It is not easy to be able to get the kind of power on this shot that Swiftt isn't going to be able to recover to. Man, Kv1 trying to show him who's the real pro at the fast 1v1 gameplay. Swift's huge boost advantage here. Great opportunity to potentially convert, and he actually just baits Kv1. Really like the way Swiftt has looked confident on offense. I think that sometimes when players aren't believing in themselves, they almost just go to a default every time on offense instead of throwing in fakes and believing in themselves to be able to fake out a guy like Kv1. I think players sometimes almost feel like they respect their opponent so much. Oh, he'll never, he'll never react to my fake, so I might as well just throw a real shot at him. And in reality, nobody is perfect. Swiftt certainly the kind of guy who could take Kv1 down. Look at the ground double. I think it was 7-3 at some point for Kv1, but Swiftt is working his way back as he puts the ball into the top left corner off of the ground bounce. Kv1 playing a bit of keep away here with a minute left to go. Maybe just wants to reset on his attack. He's going to go for a goal line 50. Swiftt collects the save, prioritizes controlling the ball over picking up the 100 boost, and for good reason. He's got a great attack here. Another fake. Swiftt is getting Kv1 up in the air, left and right. Kv1 has no choice but to respect these. I'm sure he's seen Swiftt score them many times. And then Swiftt has been able to win out in the ensuing 50s. Swiftt flick high on the backboard. Has to be careful here to not let Kv1 have a strong counterattack. Kv1 is immediately into the air after the save. The reset, and Swiftt stays calm. Recognizes that Kv1's not going to have a follow-up. Just clears the ball after the bounce. Kv1 now control the ball at the midfield. Swift's going to have to back off here. So it's Kv1 to carry possession. This flick is saved. 10 seconds left to go. Swiftt stays on the ball and pushes it out of the blue half. Not a great pinch from Kv1. Great shot opportunity for Swiftt. He tried to play it slow. He wanted the big Kv1 into going too quickly, and now Kv1! What were you thinking there? I guess Swiftt was coming up behind him. He wanted to get a little bit of air under it, but had he waited longer, Swiftt might have taken it away from him. So he maybe needed to shoot as early as he did, but he does drop it just short of the nets. Now overtime in game number 2. Hard hook shots. Swiftt tries to wave dash back onto the wall, but actually landed after the entire flip happened. Ceiling challenge. Swiftt is on another level right now. He's so unfazed by the moment. And now he's into an air dribble. Pulling back off for a 50. Kv1 able to force it into the corner. Oh, Swiftt thought maybe he could win in a challenge in the corner, but he's actually in trouble. Kv1, that's a bad challenge. Swiftt will win the game. Certainly Swiftt will win the game. Okay. He almost didn't win the game. Kv1 played a little bit faster than he could handle and single jumps without any boost past the ball. Swiftt will not pass up an opportunity like that. 2-0 for the youngster. Game number 3. Swiftt and Kv1. Swiftt on the verge of quite the redemption if he could get a sweep over Kv1 after his first match did not go in his favor. We've had a lot of consecutive sweeps on the stream, so was it a sign as soon as Swiftt won game 1 that he'd be winning 3 straight? Certainly people in the chat, and I don't know what the predictions were, have faith in Kv1 being able to make it back. He still has time, just needs now a reverse sweep. I'm gonna go check and see what was the prediction. About 61 for Kv1. Feels about right. These two playing a bit of volleyball back and forth. Kv1 launching the ball to the blue half. Swiftt able to steal it away. Does he have a ceiling reset that can actually make his way back? It seems like he will. Kv1 maybe not recovering as fast as I thought he was going to be. Oh, he went to the ceiling as well. Swiftt pops this one to the ceiling. Kv1 controls quickly, so he actually pushes it out into Swiftt by the time he has, he has an opportunity to flick, and so that makes it possible for Swiftt to challenge. If he had not tried to start his dribbles so fast, he maybe could have controlled it before, been able to flick it over the top. Swiftt fakes around the nets. And the follow-up is 2-1. It is like watching an insanely fast, cartoonishly fast fight between these two, as they just refuse to slow down. Swift, did he place it? Ooh, close. Kv1 probably not jumping either way because it's just worth the risk that it might bounce out. Swiftt has the demo, dashing his way back into the back corner. Now with space against Kv1. Goes to his ground dribble, and he's just had such a good read on Kv1 challenges. You don't have to do a ton when you can read your opponent like a book, when you know exactly when they're challenging for real and when they're faking. 1v1 can be really easy. As soon as you stop perfectly predicting your opponent, all these plays don't look quite as smart. Swiftt has the absolute read right now. A demo and a fourth, 4-1 for Swiftt. Kv1. Wall to air dribble, gets ahead of the ball, so he's just going to go take it to the other wall. We saw him do this earlier, but this time he's not going to get away with it. Swift's not going to let him. Now he's forced to make this play dropping from the ceiling. And he's actually going to have an opportunity to score. So it works out for Kv1. Has Kv1 ever won a series? Chat. Of course he has. He's played a ton on the channel. In fact, he won one of my biggest ever tournaments. Or actually, you know what? I take that back. He got second in one of the biggest ever tournaments. But he did a lot of winning on the way to that. Kv1 undercutting Swiftt. And wow, Swiftt made it back. How did he get this save? Thought for sure he would be thrown off enough that it wouldn't be possible. But no, Swiftt is right back there to make the play. He always is. And he's going to take away what is a poor setup off the wall from Kv1. Have to be a lot more careful. With 61 boost, Kv1 uses this boost to fall back down to the ground away from the ball. And I can see why you might want to do that, but Swiftt is there waiting for a moment like that to strike. Instead, it hurts, but whenever you set up... Oh my goodness. Look at Swiftt go. Look at him go. The wall dashes to catch back up and dunk this in. Swiftt is on another level right now. Swiftt isn't respecting his elders right now. Crazy to call Kv1 an elder. I think he's probably only still like 17. Maybe a little bit older than that. Kv1 tries to control what looked like a good setup for him in the air. But before he can even breathe, Swiftt is back on the ball to dunk it and prevent him from getting anything going. Ground opportunity now that Kv1 takes quickly to the air, and he needed to try and find a way to score on that far post, but he actually brought it back towards Swiftt. So with 50 seconds left to go, Swiftt on the verge of a big sweep. Fake from Kv1. That's actually a great shot. Swiftt has the save. I felt like Swiftt fell for the initial fake, but I must have been wrong. He got back down and saved the follow-up as well. Swiftt, can he demo Kv1 here? No. Kv1 within 3, and he is kickoff V1, as people have so often called him, and he's going to have to be kickoff V1 here with 11 seconds per goal. Wave dash kickoff. Lost it to his half, but he does have possession and boost, so he can convert here. A solid take. He's going to go air dribble. Bump! Swiftt demoed off the map. And there's one. It took him 10 seconds. He had 11 seconds. It took him 10. He has earned himself a bit more time for the next 2 goals. Will he throw in a delay or anything crazy here? No, he just tries to win it to the right, and that could very easily be the end of the game. Swiftt is going to play it slowly, bait Kv1 in, and then slam it to the other side of the wall. This is smart late second 1v1 gameplay Kv1 needs a miracle, needs swiftt to fall off the map here and score this right away, and then maybe a kickoff as well. Don't blame Kv1 for just diving randomly at the ball. He needed a miracle. But it's going to be a sweep for swiftt. 3-0 for the new South American on the block.